Why are the people who are running for our leadership and the people who are running for state leadership, and by that I mean Rick Wilkins and Will Knecht, why do they make a habit of abusing law enforcement and the courts? So I'm fixing up my house, looking to rent it out. Just finished painting the bathroom. Got to remove a little tape there. Refinished the whole shower and tub. That turned out great. All right, let me turn this around and answer the burning question in all of your minds. Hey, Ashley, why are you doing this video about the GOP from your unfinished bathroom? And the short answer is, I don't have a lot of time for this stuff. And the slightly longer answer that I'm going to get into in a little bit is that you don't actually need that much time to deal with people like Rick Wilkins and Will Knecht. But first, let me show you this. This is a stop order on the no contact order for stalking and non-consensual sexual conduct that Richard E. Wilkins filed against me last July, and which was dismissed on July 29th of 2022. Now, here is a text message I got the other day saying that Rick Wilkins is worried and angry and scared that I'm going to take out a defamation suit against him. So I hope those two little pieces of evidence help you understand why I'm choosing to shoot this from my unfinished bathroom, because you, like me, might be a person who has to do his own work. You may not be a guy like Rick Wilkins, who's the biggest, second or third biggest donor in New Hanover County, who lives in a mansion on the river. Well, let me ask you, Rick, who's scared? It ain't me, pal. Don't forget where your power comes from. Your power doesn't come from your money. Your power doesn't come from your status. Your power doesn't come from your reputation. Your power comes from your voice. And if you give your voice the weight it deserves, which is the same as any other God-created person on this earth, your voice is equal to Rick's. Your voice is equal to Will's. Your voice is equal to Wayne Gibson's. Your voice is equal to Chelsea Cooley Altman's. That is all you need. Plus, the faith to believe that if you just tell people the truth, they'll be able to handle it. That's why I'm here today. Now, why am I bringing this up? Because at the town hall, the biggest issue was divisiveness. How do we heal? And Will Knecht, our fearless leader, jumped up and exhorted the crowd to be united. And no matter who wins March 21st, we need to all be united behind them and push together as a party. And that, of course, was all in the context of other people who had gotten up and said that the party was full of Democratic infiltrators. They couldn't name them, but everyone was supposed to know who they were. And also one of the candidates saying that people who were disruptors would be dealt with severely. And the same candidate, that would be Nevin Carr, made it absolutely clear that the worst form of party disruption was attacking a candidate after the primary and before the general. Well, well, well. Let me tell you a story about divisiveness. Did you know that Rick Wilkins, your proven candidate for first vice chair of the county GOP, seems to have coordinated 3 sets of assault charges against Lisa Wilkins, no relation? And I say he seems to have coordinated these charges because one of the complainants is on the slate with him. One of the complainants is his wife, and one of the complainants is a longtime friend of his. Now, I wasn't there. Maybe you weren't there. Let's be honest and say if we didn't witness it, we can't say what happened, and the law should figure it out now that it's in the hands of the law. However, what I will note about all of this is that 2 of these incidents I know for sure happened in very crowded places. That would be the GOP headquarters, when there were law enforcement officials present. We have all the witnesses we need, and let me make a very bold prediction about this whole process is that none of these charges will stick, but they will have served their purpose, which is to punish Lisa Wilkins, a very important member, and I don't need to tell any of you this, of the New Hanover County Republican Women's Club, and to kick her out of the political process. Because who other than Will Knecht has made it very clear, according to my sources, to one of the slates, that Lisa will be barred from the county convention. So I'm confused. Where exactly is the unity in using lawfare to remove ideological opponents within the party from the political process? Aren't we supposed to be the party of free speech? Aren't we supposed to be the party of integrity? Aren't we supposed to be the party of transparency? Now, why am I so sure that this is all a bunch of nonsense? I know this process because I've been through it. Hence the dismissed no contact order. Okay? And what I'm here to tell you is, if you just stand up to these people, they fold. Now let me show you this. This is an audio recording of my court case with Rick Wilkins from July 29th, 2022. Case number 22 CVD 2540. Did I get that right? Nailed it. I'm trying to make a point about the difference between gossip and evidence of malfeasance. Now, it may upset you to hear what I have to say about Rick and Will, but don't you owe it yourself to look at the evidence? Now, a lot of people are angry at me just for bringing this stuff up. I know it. I've been discouraged from releasing this information. We don't want to upset anybody. Hey, guess what? When you get 3 spurious no contact orders issued against you, it's pretty upsetting. When you find out the party leadership is trying to undermine the most conservative candidate in the school board race, it's pretty upsetting. When you find out the GOP leadership is protecting Dr. Anthony Faust, the general behind the woke indoctrination campaign going on in our schools, that's pretty upsetting. And when you find out that the people you trusted and looked up to and idolized have been lying to you and treating you with contempt, of course, that is upsetting. And I submit to you that turning that feeling against the person who's bringing the bad news is not a way to resolve those bad feelings. The way to resolve those bad feelings is to do some research for yourself. The truth is right here. And I tell you what, I'm going to make it easy for you. I'm going to put that link in the description of this video. You make up your mind. And if you're angry at me still for bringing this stuff out right before the election, oh, stop, you can't make it before the election. Just slow down. Understand that I have held on to this since July. I understand about not creating a catastrophe before the general election, but now is the time to figure out what's going on within our party. And here's the news. You, the voter, deserve all the information. It's called informed consent in medicine, right? If you're angry at me for bringing this stuff up, if you think I'm being a disruptor, just ask yourself this. Take your right hand, and I want you to put it in the air if your answer to the following question is yes. Does it upset you that the FBI had the Hunter Biden laptop for 19 months before the election and only released it afterwards? I ain't going to be the guy who covers up the information, because when I cover up the information, I am actually working with the people who abused me and abused you and abused the party and abused our principles and abused the courts in the first place. We're supposed to be the party of law and order. So why are the people who are running for our leadership and the people who are running for state leadership, and by that I mean Rick Wilkins and Will Knecht, why do they make a habit of abusing law enforcement and the courts? And I'm going to make it easy for you, Rick, because I don't want you to be scared, buddy. I won't file a defamation lawsuit against you. I mean, I've heard that you went around after the court case was over showing the original no contact order, neglecting to mention to people that the case had been dismissed. So you were misrepresenting what had happened, tarnishing my image within the party, limiting my ability to make contact with people and organize to get more votes for Republicans out there, which is what all of my efforts this summer were dedicated to. And I'm not going to hold it against you that there's video of you now still telling that story just a couple weeks ago outside the GOP, and misrepresenting the case even further by saying that you have a restraining order against me. You never even took out a restraining order against me. It's a no contact order and it was dismissed, but you're still telling that story. And I beat you in court. So I don't want you to worry about a defamation case, Rick, because I actually am for party unity. I'm for transparency. I'm for the healing power of sunlight, baby. So all you gotta do is step down. I think I got a pretty good case against you, but I don't want to waste the court's time. It's not important to me to squeeze money out of you, pal. Don't you think the greater good is letting the voters know who you actually are, how you actually operate, and who you actually protect? Just step down, pal. I don't want to have to take you to court. And I tell you what, why don't you listen to the audio transcript, pal? Have a little trip down memory lane. See if you want to face me again. Here's the deal, folks. You can't be a bully and not be a coward. And we can't have cowards leading this party. And you can't be incompetent and be a leader. Think of how easy it would have been for Rick or Will to deal with me in a legal manner or in a respectful manner. But no. They thought they could dismiss me and abuse me and forget me and never have to pay the consequences. This isn't about me being angry with them. This is about me saying, look, we can't have incompetent cowards as our leaders. That's what they are. That's why they can never say who the Democratic infiltrators or the disruptors are, and they can never say exactly what it is that they do. They're throwing stones, whatever that means. Just notice the difference. I'm giving you names. I'm giving you specific offenses, and I'm giving you evidence. If the Republican Party can't make up its mind between gossip and evidence, then we get what we deserve. It ain't in my hands. I'm called to do one thing, and that's to tell the truth. And it is time for the truth to come out. And if that upsets you, I'm very sorry. And if you need more evidence, baby, it's coming. God bless America. Thank you for watching. Will Knecht, do the right thing. Withdraw your name from consideration for state GOP chair. You are an embarrassment to the party. You are an embarrassment to Republican principles. Both of you, if you're really concerned about not dragging the party down with controversy, step away from leadership. Because why should we be tainted with your malfeasance and what I am alleging are illegal activities? And Michael Whatley, as you sail off into the sunset of energy consultation and lobbying, for God's sake, don't attach the name of Will Knecht to yours. Don't make this failure your legacy. Don't make a guy who hasn't put up a DA or a mayor and supports a woke administrator in the schools and is trying to undermine a grassroots school board candidate and doesn't even know how to outmaneuver an out-of-work actor. Don't make this clown your successor.